Yes, viewers, Obonyo Kenneth still taking you in mathematics O level. Remember our Facebook page is E-Learning Teachers Project Uganda. E-Learning Teachers Project Uganda. That is our Facebook page. And in case you want any inquiries, 0773 538 009. 0773 538 009. Now, as we are trying to conclude this chapter of SADS, we are now looking at the rationalization of SADS. To rationalize a SAD. Mr. Examiner, sir, rationalization of SADS simply refers to getting rid of a root sign in the denominator of your SAD. Mr. Examiner, let me write it down because you might not remember everything. This refers to getting rid of the root sign in the denominator. In the denominator of what? Of a SAD. Of a SAD. Mr. Examiner, suppose I'm having something to do with this. What am I having? I'm having 1 over root 2. When you look at this fraction, when you look at this SAD, the numerator is a 1. The denominator is a root 2. I want to get rid of the square root sign from the denominator. I want to remove the square root from the denominator. I want to shift the square root from down and take it where? Up. What do? I will simply do this. Mr. Examiner, sir, this will equal to, I will focus my minds on the denominator, which is a root 2. I'm going to multiply the denominator by itself. The same number I've used to multiply in the denominator, I also shift it up and multiply the numerator. What do I mean? A root 2 in the denominator. I'm going to say 1 over root 2. The root 2 times the root 2. Even up times the root 2. What do I mean? This will equal to 1 times root 2 to give me a 1 root 2, or simply a root 2. All over, root 2 times root 2, it gives me a root 4. But the root of 4 is a 2. So this is out of 2. Now, Mr. Examiners, surely, even if you have very many examiners there, together with my viewers, you must have realized that the root sign has shifted from down. Where has it now gone? It has gone up. Is it still down here? No. Do you still see it in the denominator? It's not there. The moment you can no longer see it in the denominator, it means you have carried out what we call rationalization of SADS. You're still with Obonyo Kenneth. We are in phase 1 of rationalization of SADS. Let us go to phase 2. Phase 2, we are going to have a number such as, let's say, a 2 over, let's say, 1 minus root 2. They want us to rationalize that. We are having 2 all over 1 minus root 2. Mr. Examiner, don't boast so much. Don't think it's a hard question. We are going to go ahead and get what we call the conjugate. The conjugate of the denominator, the conjugate of any number is the opposite of that number. If the first number has a negative sign, you rewrite the same number, but with a positive sign. What do? This will equal to, Mr. Examiner, sir, we are going to get our 2 all over. We rewrite our 1 minus root 2. In a bracket. We are going to open up another bracket. Even in the numerator, we open up another bracket. We are rationalizing. Now, what do? What we are going to do is, we are going to get the conjugate. We are going to get the opposite of 1 minus root 2. The opposite of 1 minus root 2 is 1 plus root 2. So even up, I will have 1 plus root 2. What I have done there is called rationalization. What is remaining is simple algebra, multiplying, simplifying, opening the brackets, and collecting like terms. But when it comes to rationalization, it's already done. Mr. Examiner, let's go ahead. We are now having a 2 into 1 plus root 2. All over, we now need to multiply these ones down. The denominators, you know how we normally expand. We get the first one, which is a 1, into the second bracket, which is a 1 plus a root 2. Then we bring in the next number, which is a negative root 2, into still the second bracket, which is a 1 plus root 2. A 1 plus a root 2. We are continuing. Now, how about up? We can also simplify up. We are having a 2, but let's not hurry. Let's not hurry. We are going to simplify it. But let's first start with down, where it looks a little bit more complicated. This will equal to 2 into 1 plus root 2. All over. 1 times 1, what do you get? You get a 1. Plus 1 times root 2, what do you get? You get 1 root 2. Good. 1 root 2. We are now continuing here. A negative times a positive. We get a negative. A root 2 times a 1. What do you get there? Okay, a root 2. I also get a root 2. You can say a 1 root 2, or you can simply say a root 2. A negative times a positive. A negative. Root 2 times root 2. Remember, root 2 times root 2 gives us a root 4. But the root of 4 is a 2. We write it there. Mr. Examiner, sir, you're still with Obonyo. He's handling SADS. He's on the last part of SADS. After here, we need to pray, remember. Now, Mr. Examiner, sir, this will equal to 2 into 1 plus root 2. All over. Mr. Examiner, I can see 1 root 2, and again another 1 root 2. 1 root 2, which is a positive, and 1 root 2, which is a negative. What happens? They cancel out. When they cancel out, we remain with a what? A 1 and a negative 2. A 1 and a negative 2. So that we are now finally having 2 into 1 plus root 2. All over. 1 minus 2. You remain with a negative 1. You have your negative 1 there. Now we can hurry and even open the bracket if we feel like. Now in opening the bracket, you can either first divide these to get a negative 2 here, or you can first open the bracket. You will still come to the same answer. I can hear sample from Koboko saying, let's first open the bracket. Why do we take chances? It's okay, no problem. We shall go ahead. 2 times 1, you get your 2. Plus 2 times root 2. You get your 2 root 2. All over a negative 1. Mr. Examiner, as we are trying to conclude this topic, remember this denominator. We are going to give everyone who is up a denominator so that we are having a 2 over a negative 1. Plus a 2 root 2 over also a negative 1. So that we are having a 2. This is a positive divided by a negative to give us a what? Mr. Examiner, let me even use this piece of chalk. To give me a negative. 2 divided by 1 to give me a what? A 2. A positive divided by a negative to give me a what? A negative. 2 root 2 divided by 1 to give me a 2 root 2. Remember, we already finished rationalizing. It refers to getting rid of the square root sign from the denominator. We shifted the square root sign. It moved away from here and shifted up. Here we are just simplifying to give us our final answer. Negative 2 minus 2 root 2. That brings us to the end of our topic, SADS. We now all understand what SADS are. This has been Obonyo Kenneth, handling you in Mathematics O Level on the platform of the E-Learning Teachers Project Uganda. and sponsored also and hosted by Google the TV. I remember telling you, all teachers out there that would want to join our project, the phone numbers are clearly displayed on the screen. 0773 538 009. Or you can WhatsApp 0791 35 1845. The first one was 0773 538 009. The second one is 0791 35 1845. May God bless you all, and let's kick COVID-19, coronavirus, out of Uganda. God bless you all.